So in terms of the Drivers' Championship, it's all a bit complicated at the moment as Lewis Hamilton is ahead of Freddie Gray by 57 points. That's the equivalent of 2 race victories. Now Freddie really needs to pull himself together if he is to secure his first ever championship. But before we head to Singapore, I'm going to show you more of what Freddie got up to on his summer vacation. Freddie has been skydiving, but considering the amount of time he has travelled in a plane, it's surprising he hasn't actually learned how to drive one himself. But now is the time. So Freddie's challenge is to drive from Trevor's Airfield all the way to Los Santos International Airport in the south of the city. So without further ado, let's go. Freddie has not put a foot wrong during his first solo flight, but now here he comes to the trickiest part of it all, the landing. Well, I can only wish him for the best. His angles are terrible. Yes, he's done it. Well done, Freddie. I think that was certainly the highlight of his vacation. But really, he didn't get up to a huge amount more on his holidays, so I think we're just going to end it here. The next Grand Prix is the first night of the season as Freddie is now heading to the Marina Bay Street Circuit for the Singapore Grand Prix. Hey guys, what is up? It is StockMat1998 here, and I am back with a brand new video. This is part 32 of my F1 2014 Career Mode Series, and here we are today for the Singapore Grand Prix under the floodlights of the Marina Bay Street Circuit. And obviously Freddie's going to have to really put in a good performance in qualifying today if he is wanting to get ahead of Lewis Hamilton in the championship. Obviously a good qualifying position around Singapore is quite important, or quite vital, as it is quite a difficult track to overtake. Obviously it is a street circuit, but anyway, let's get into the qualifying report. Qualifying got underway under the floodlights at Singapore. Q1 started off terribly for championship contender Freddie Gray as he had a huge crash just before he was about to start his first flying lap. He was starting last. The other major casualty was Lotus's Pastor Maldonado. Q2 was incredibly tight as 12th to 9th was separated by less than 1/10 of a second. Sergio Perez was the driver who progressed. In Q3, the surprise of the session was most certainly Ferrari's Fernando Alonso as he collected his first pole of the season just ahead of Lewis Hamilton and fellow Brit Jenson Button, who also had a very impressive qualifying. Q3 was also a success for Toro Rosso driver Daniel Kvyat as he would line up in 7th. However, Nico Rosberg and Daniel Ricciardo were disappointed with qualifying after only setting times good enough for 6th and 8th respectively. So all this meant that Freddie Gray had his work cut out for the Singapore Grand Prix, but we're expected to be full wet conditions for tomorrow. I think we are in for a very crazy Grand Prix. So here we go then guys, the Singapore Grand Prix today, and as you can see by the tyres on our car, we are on the blue stripe full wet tyres for the start of today's Singapore Grand Prix. Obviously qualifying really not going to plan for Freddie, crashing out basically at the start of the lap. The curb launched him into the wall, which means he starts in 22nd for today's Grand Prix, but luckily our teammate Fernando Alonso on pole position for Ferrari, once again showing how strong Ferrari are around the track. I think the same thing actually happened last year with Freddie getting pole position, his first pole position of his Formula 1 career. But you could see just there the 100% chance of rain for today's race. That basically means the rain will be with us for the whole of the Grand Prix. Whether it will dry out or something is another question. It probably won't do. But anyway, let's go out on the track now for the Singapore Grand Prix.
Okay Freddie, it's going to be tough from here, but try and gain as many positions as possible off the start.
Got to keep our confidence up as we are about to start the Singapore Grand Prix. The lights are illuminating above the drivers now, and it is lights out, and away we go here for the Singapore Grand Prix. We've gone off to a pretty poor start, actually a bit better than Marcus Ericsson, but I think into turns 1 and turns 2 we can gain quite a few positions. You can see to Marusha there, although Freddy being incredibly cautious in the wet conditions, obviously doesn't want to lose his front wing with the realistic damage mod obviously around Singapore. It's still on the highest setting, so it will definitely come into play today, the realistic damage mod, but Freddy's made his way through past Kamui Kobayashi, and he's now side by side with Adrian Sittle in P16. I think he's going to go round the outside of Adrian Sittle here, going into his next corner now, and there's Vern going quite slow, and Vern actually chips with a bit of his front wing at the back of Felipe Massa's car, actually crashed into the back of Felipe Massa's car, and now we are ahead of Felipe Massa indeed, and we're going to go up the inside of Bottas, possibly going into this next corner, although Williams does have a great car in a straight line, so it's going to be challenging to get ahead of him. Putting up into standard mixture now, we were in lean mix for the start of that lap, just while we were gaining position. As you can see, somebody's lost their front wing there, so who is that? I'm not actually too sure who that was. You can see Bottas and Hulkenberg we are now overtaking up the inside, and of course Magnussen as well, and Ricciardo crashed into the back of Grosjean, so Ricciardo losing his front wing. One of the potential championship contenders is behind us in the championship in third, but that has pretty much already ruined Ricciardo's race before he's even started. And I believe the car ahead of Grosjean here has also lost his front wing. I'm not sure who that is at the moment. But look at that, we've already lost 2 cars in this race already, so that just shows how effective the realistic damage mod is already being. As we got the inside of Grosjean there, pretty banzai manoeuvre to be honest with you, sort of scared Grosjean, and he backed off and kind of let us through quite easily there. As you can see, we've got Perez, who I believe obviously is the car that has lost his front wing, and the cars ahead are beginning to escape. And you can see Hamilton's actually ahead of Alonso. If you could just see on the mini-map there, that blue dot indicating that he is our rival for the rest of this season, and then the yellow dot behind him being Fernando Alonso, our teammate. But we are now ahead of Perez, so it has been a very successful start, already up into 7th position, so really an ideal start. The trouble is we got held up quite a bit by the cars who had lost their front wings, so we lost a bit of time to Rosberg, who is the next car ahead. So behind us at the moment is Kevin Magnussen, but in fact the safety car has now been deployed, interestingly, because those 2 cars that retired on the first lap. A bit late to say the least. I don't know why it takes forever for the safety car to come out. But yeah, essentially at the moment, Lewis Hamilton is leading from Fernando Alonso. I think you're going to see in a second. We are currently sitting in 6th position behind Nico Rosberg, I think. Or no, actually we're in 7th position, I think. Yeah, we are in 7th position, just behind Rosberg.
Safety car is in this lap. Try and get Rosberg on the restart.
So yeah, that's really the aim for this restart. We've just got to try and get ahead of Nico Rosberg, because the trouble is, in the wet, the AI are quite overpowered, and especially around a track like Singapore, where the traction is quite important, the AI could pull away from us quite easily, so it's important to get a good start here. As Frey goes into the final corner, now he's drifting around the final corner because he gets too much curb up on the final corner. Just look at that, pretty much launches off that curb there. Freddy, for some reason, cutting it, but then drifting like a king right there. That's a pretty good drift, to be fair to Freddy. I'll give him that one. But yeah, very risky moment there, and almost caused a spin out. But I don't think that lost us a huge amount of time. So we do skip on later on to the lap now. I believe Rosberg's going for a move round the outside of Danny Kvyat, and Kvyat backs off too much, and he lets us through. And Freddy might even look for a move up the inside of the Mercedes with Nico Rosberg, and he has made that move stick just about, and Rosberg almost into the wall there. If we look at a replay here, I wonder what happened there with Rosberg, whether he actually lost his front wing as a result of that incident. I think we're going to check in a second as we go back to the normal cam now, and Rosberg is still behind us, but I believe he did damage his front wing because we've got another safety car on lap 11. We skipped right forward because nothing else really happened. It was literally just me sort of holding up Rosberg.
Okay, the safety car has been deployed. Box this lap for another set of wet tyres.
So we are going to be pitting in this lap for a set of wet tyres. So the recommended pit stop lap is lap 15, and we're only expected to do 1 stop today. So I think we're going to get this 1 stop over and done with now. And basically, what this means is that as soon as the safety car will come in, the AI will probably pit in with it, which means that, you know, because the AI don't have the intelligence to change strategy based on whether a safety car is deployed or not. So pretty much we're going to be in the lead of the Grand Prix by an absolute mile, unless anything happens before that, which prevents us from doing that. But now putting on another set of wet tyres and a new front wing, because I believe we did chip off a bit of our end plate prior to this safety car in that 6-lap stint, which I didn't show you guys, because nothing else really happened. It was literally just us holding up Rosberg, sorry, and us trying to catch up with Vettel, but not being successful in doing so. But look at that, currently in 8th position, actually Kobayashi in 9th, seems to be holding up a train. I think we might rejoin just ahead of him, and we're going to see here, Kobayashi about to go through turn 1 now. He skipped the cinematic cameras now, and we are just ahead of Kamui Kobayashi, almost crossing the white line there, but not quite doing that. So we are ahead of Kobayashi now in 8th place, and I believe, look at that, the safety car is actually coming into the pits, but yet the safety car graphic is actually still at the top of the screen, so I don't really know what's happening here. Just going to cross the line and just kind of catch the train, and what the hell just happened there? What? So this is another Codemasters glitch by the looks of it. So the safety car for some reason has pitted, yet it should be out on track, and because of that we get disqualified. This is just an absolute piss take. More glitches with the safety car, so I don't know what we're going to do here. And basically what I had to do, I had to red flag the session using that mod, which allows you to deploy the safety car, and it also allows you to deploy the red flag as well, red flag the session. So basically that's what I had to do, and I'm really glad I didn't uninstall that mod, but that was such a stupid glitch. I mean, honestly, just pathetic really. As you can see, getting off the start now. We are already ahead of Danny Kvyat in 7th position. We've got inside quite a few cars there as they do back off going into turn 1. So we are up into 3rd position now, ahead of, or just behind Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton.
That's a fabulous restart, Freddie. Now let's challenge Hamilton and Fernando for the win.
So indeed, that was a perfect restart from Freddie. So what we've got to do now, we've got to try and catch up with Alonso and Hamilton before they pull away. I don't think it should be too difficult, but it depends really, because we are on fresher tyres than these two cars ahead of us. You can see, given us lap 14 now. Now, another safety car has been deployed. My goodness me, what's this for? No, it's Lewis Hamilton. He's crashed out. Lewis Hamilton, the championship contender, the current championship leader, is out of the Grand Prix. So this is absolutely huge for the championship. My goodness me. So now it's a Ferrari 1-2. Lewis Hamilton has crashed under the tunnel and that deployed the safety car. But the question is, will the glitch happen again? So I'll skip into lap 15. Now the moment of truth will be decided right here. Will the safety car pit in? And will this glitch happen again? It looks like Alonso is actually following the safety car in, because I believe this is the AI's recommended pit stop lap. But as you can see, the safety car is also pitting in as well, strangely, and it hasn't come up with a message saying the safety car is in this lap. So it looks like we're going to overtake it again, and we've been disqualified again. So we're going to have to restart the race again, have to red flag the session. This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe a glitch like this is actually in a Codemasters game. Unbelievable, really. But anyway, we're going to get off on the restart now, as the lights are about to go out here, and we are off here in Singapore, getting off to a pretty okay-ish start, actually, just sort of equal to Alonso. But then Alonso, for some reason, backs off, and we've been given blue flag for some reason, because Magnussen is in the lead somehow. I've absolutely no idea how. You can see Magnussen, I believe, just lapping Alonso there. We were really confused at this point. Freddie was incredibly confused as to why he had to let Magnussen through. But overall, this is just a glitch of the game. I don't know what was going on. I think it's because Magnussen actually got ahead of the safety car before I red flagged the session. That meant he started a lap ahead. You can see Freddie almost losing a position to Vettel there, but a legal overset because he cut that corner there. But now he lets Vettel back through. But just so weird, all these glitches happening today. Obviously, the curb glitch in qualifying. But look at this. This is just a replay of what happened. As you can see, before I got disqualified and red flagged the session, Magnussen got ahead of the safety car. And that is why he's being classed a lap ahead of us. So basically, Magnussen has pretty much won this race unless he retires. There's going to be a battle for second between Freddie, Alonso and Sebastian Vettel. Maybe some other guys, depending on whether they can catch up or not. You can see Vettel going quite slowly on the inside. Freddie's going to go round the outside of him. A bit of an opportunistic move there from Freddie. You can see going around the outside of Vettel quite slowly. Vettel sort of opened the door more than anything by backing off on the inside. But now, basically, it's going to be a battle for second between Freddie, between Vettel and Alonso. As you can see, Magnussen, the current leader, has pitted, but obviously he's still a lap ahead of us. So even when we pass him here, we're not going to be ahead of him. So basically what we've got to rely on is just hoping. We've got to hope that Magnussen retires from this Grand Prix. Otherwise, this race is pretty much over in terms of the race victory. But overall, I do think that the race is pretty much over in terms of the race win. We've got to hope for second place. Now, as we go right there, and that's pretty much cost us of second place, because now Fernando Alonso is side by side with us. Freddie running out wide. Now Fernando Alonso is side by side with us, going through turn 3 now into turn 4, I think. I'm not actually too sure. I think it's like turn 6 or something. As you can see, going around the outside, Alonso still there, and actually Alonso's got the move done. As you can see on the replay here, Button also lurking in our mirrors as well. But Alonso with a good move there around the outside. Now we've got to try and overtake, repass Alonso at some point. But as you can see, that we've actually dropped to 11 cars now from 13. So something's obviously happened. We've got to hope that Magnussen is retired. Indeed, that is the case. Magnussen is out of the Grand Prix now. This is a huge battle for the lead. As we come to lap 24 now. And look at that, Fernando Alonso is now out. What is happening here? This is absolutely crazy. And this is out. Oh my god, Alonso's just crashed. Now the safety car's out again. And if this glitch happens again, I think what has to happen, I think I'm just going to have to end the race here, because, you know, we can't have this glitch affecting the race once more, because if more cars overtake the safety car, they'll be a lap ahead, and it'll just really affect the race result, and it'll be kind of unfair. As you can see, the safety car here once again, and no message say it's coming in, and it's coming in the pits, and that means we'll be disqualified, and that pretty much means that this race will have to be stopped. So here, I've red flagged the session in preparation, just to hope that no cars pass the safety car, but Button already has. So basically it'll mean the bus will be a lap ahead, which will be kind of unfair really. So I decided to end the race there. And this was the final race result. I basically took the standings from literally just before that incident there with the safety car. So we win a brilliant 25 points there on Lewis Hamilton, the championship. We've got Jenson Button in second, Sebastian Vettel in third, Danny Kvyat in fourth, Kamui Kobayashi in fifth, with Ricciardo sixth, Satil in seventh. Great recovery job from Ricciardo actually after losing his front wing. Marcus Ericsson in eighth, Roman Grosjean in ninth, and Fernando Alonso in 10th with 1 point after retiring. And in the driver's standings now, we are now just over 30 points behind Lewis Hamilton. This battle is really on now in terms of the drivers' championship. We now have 5 races to go: Japan, Russia, USA, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi. The finale with double points was not all over yet. But as you can see behind, Fernando Alonso now 1 point behind Nico Rosberg, once again retired today. Rosberg, I didn't actually mention that, but he did retire once again, making it 3 retirements in a row. And in the Constructors' Championship, we are just behind Mercedes, actually closing Mercedes down. So kind of interesting really how close it is between Ferrari and Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship. And you can see Red Bull have dropped back further from us. And in the other points, look at that. Caterham on 16 points, ahead of Sauber and Marussia, are the only team yet to get off the mark. But anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Be sure to leave a comment as well in regards to the outcome, whether you don't really like what I did with the race result. I thought it was the fairest way, because it wasn't just Button that got ahead. Quite a few cars got ahead, because I did try again with the flashbacks and everything. But anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.